Yo, what is up guys, it is your boy Sub-Zero Exabyte here again, with a brand new video. In this video we are going to have fun with some trains. This house that I am standing in right now, well, it's not just a normal house, no, it's a train house where you can test the newest train. So let's get right into testing. But this guy gathered some stuff and I think that he now has found a spot to build something, presumably his house. So I am going to look at him and I am going to build something really amazing for him. I will give you a spoiler. It has something to do with a roller coaster, so yeah, that is a pretty cool surprise if I do say so myself. If someone would set up a surprise for me and when I would be done with my house, then I would appreciate it if someone offered me to go on a roller coaster. And I am going to make one hell of a roller coaster. It is going to be so cool. And to Disney, if you are watching, maybe I could be the architect of a new roller coaster in your park or something. That would be pretty cool. Then you guys could make it out of blocks just as in Minecraft. I think that would attract a lot of kids actually. Like a lot of people play Minecraft, and roller coaster are something that is pretty big in Minecraft if you are creative. It surprises me that something like this idea is not yet on this world. Or is it? I don't really know. But what I do know is that we are going to build a really nice roller coaster for this little Steve that looks really busy with his brick house. But his house looks pretty cool. I think those holes are going to be windows or something like that. So there is going to be plenty of lighting in his house, which is not really that good. I am going to make that roller coaster not too far away. But hopefully he won't see the roller coaster, but he is building his floor out of that hardened clay stuff and it matches the walls. So clearly this surprise Steve is just a professional architect and he seems to know what he is doing, and so do we. Our roller coaster is going to start here, so let's begin with the building part of our roller coaster. And we are going to make it out of wood. Wood is cheap and wood is classy and it almost looks nice everywhere, so that is something that is great. We are going to place this little house where the launch takes place and where the buttons and stuff are, so that is going to be pretty cool as well. But let's begin with taking all of the stuff that we need, and we just need some blocks to build on. And my block of choice is wood, as I already said. And we just need some powered rails and some normal rails, and then we need some buttons and stuff just to make it a bit better. But that is not really that important. The important thing is that this roller coaster is going to be a really good one. It might be Steve's last one, so who knows. But anyways, this little house where the launch of the greatest coaster of all time is going to be at looks pretty cool and simple, so I like that. And it is just going to be a pretty simple roller coaster, but that does not mean that it won't be fun. So our house thing is done and we just need to make the beginning, and I think that all of you know how that goes. You need some powered rails and a starting block, and then you place a button next to that, and then the card goes flying over the rails, and it is just going to be amazing. So let's waste no more time and we can start placing all the blocks that are going to form the roller coaster. And Disney, if you are still watching, yes, I can do this, so believe in me please. But a roller coaster wouldn't be a roller coaster if it didn't have a dark part where you fly off. That is always the most exciting part of a roller coaster, at least I think that is the most exciting part. So we are now just going to leave it this dark, but we do need some torches so we can see when we are digging the tunnel. I don't want no accidents to happen, and I always put safety first, so that is great. So now the tunnel is pretty much done and it looks pretty great. I am not sure if that bug that if you go through a corner in a space that is only 1 wide and 2 high, if you see black and get hurt, but I think that he will be able to just take that pain as a man, so let's just leave it like that, and I think that he will just be okay. The second corner of the tunnel is going to be here, and this one will be really cool. It is just going to be dark and stuff, and after this tunnel the going to the sky part is going to start. So I think that the people that are going to ride this amazing ride are going to be really hyped in this tunnel, so I am going to call it the hype tunnel, because they will be hyped when they go through this tunnel, because after the tunnel the most amazing part of the roller coaster will start, and that is the going to the sky part, which I already mentioned, and that is going to be really cool, and I really want it to just be really cool, so we are going to make it really cool. And then when it is really cool, maybe the really cool kids also want to ride this roller coaster, so we are going to see if they will actually do that, and that is going to be really cool if the cool kids are going to ride this roller coaster. Well, then that was one hell of a sentence if you ask me. I really was just confused with what I was saying myself. But you might be wondering something along the lines of, Sub, why are you building the tunnel floor out of wood? Well, I am going to tell you why. I believe believe that this gives it a bit cooler effect, and that the tracks will be placed on this wood is just amazing, and it is just going to be pretty cool. So yeah, if the tracks are going to be placed on this, then it gives it a bit of a matching thing. The tracks are also made out of wood and iron and stuff, and then it is going to match. Well, if I had the time, I would also change the walls to wood, but I don't think that it would really be a cool tunnel if I did that, so I am just going to not do that, and I am going to leave it here. It was going to take too much time anyway, so that is alright. So yeah, this thing that is going to bring him up in the sky, which we are making right now, already looks pretty cool. And yes, these tracks are also going to match the wood that is in the sky. If glass would appreciate that there would be tracks on it, then I would make this out of glass, so Steve would have less of a chance to spot us. But this is alright, it is just some floating wood. Nothing really that's suspicious, but the suspicious part is going to be right here, and that is the part where little Steve is going to fall into the lava, and then it would be the last ride he would ever ride, but we are just going to troll him with this. It is just going to be a lava pit, and then he will fall into this pit with his cart, and then we would take him with surprise, and maybe his eyes would get even bigger, I am not sure. But he always looks so surprised, so if we surprise him really hard, maybe he would look even more surprised, which I can't really imagine happening, but time will tell. So, the lava part is going to take place right now, and we need a lot of lava because this is really going to be a lava pit. No, I wasn't lying when I said that this was going to be a lava pit, and I want to make it the most amazing lava pit ever. But it really isn't that impressive, so it is just going to be a normal lava pit, if you guys don't mind. I don't want the lava pit to be made out of gold or something, because then he would get suspicious. But if he just sees some dirt with some light in it, then he will be like, alright then, that is just okay. But in reality, it really isn't okay, because he is going to fall into lava, and I don't think if that happened to me I would really appreciate that. But it is just a prank, bro, so he is not going to be mad. So now we just need to place all of the tracks, and at the beginning the buttons work, so that is a thing that is already done. So now just the placing of all the rails is going to take place, and I think that it is going to be the most difficult in the tunnel, so that is something that is positive, I guess. In the air it really isn't that big of a problem because we can just fly. If we wouldn't be able to fly, then it might have been a little problem, but we can, and we are doing that, so that won't be a problem. But I really want to have Steve a really good feeling when he is going through these tunnels, so I am going to make it lighting fast, and he is going to feel like Sonic in his final minutes, which is also pretty sad, but I mean, it is Steve. I think that he is immune to bad things. He always looks happy, so I think that he can really appreciate the goodness of this prank, and I hope that he will take the lava like a champ, and that he crawls out of the pit with a really big smile on his face. But I am not entirely sure that something like that is going to happen, so I don't really know. I wouldn't really be that happy if someone did that to me, as I already said, so I really don't know how surprised Steve is going to take it. So that is a surprise to me, as it is a surprise to our hero of today, Steve. And our hero of today is still busy with his little cute house, so I think that he is going to be pretty happy when he is done, and then he is going to be even more happy when he hears that he can, because we are so deep in the jungle, and this jungle is pretty amazing. So this is just cool that we have a roller coaster right here, and this track is going to go over the other track, so that is something that is even cooler. But we are just using the trees as little things that are connecting the roller coaster corners, and it is just overall really amazing where we are at right now. We are pretty high up in the sky, and I think that up here it is really amazing, because once again you can see at least a couple interesting things that your eyes can gaze upon, and that is just amazing that something like that is possible. But right now we are going to place all of the tracks down here, and this is going to go really steep down, and I am going to power all of those powered rails, and then the people that are on the roller coaster are going to go flying, and that is going to be amazing, because this is going to be the fastest bit of the roller coaster. They are really high up in the sky, and now they are just going to go down, and with powered rails, which is pretty amazing if I say so myself. But I do think that this roller coaster could be a good contender of best roller coaster of the year. But this part of the roller coaster is just going to be fantastic, because you are going down so fast, and I think that it will just be really cool that something like that is possible, and that we are going to connect this to the thing that is up in the sky, and that is just cool that we are such good architects and that we can do that. But we have been trained to do this, and the powered rails are already looking like they want to be used, which is just great. But now the hard bit is going to take place, because we need to connect the two of these amazing roller coaster bits to each other. and I am not really sure how we are going to do that, but I guess that we will find a way, and that is alright. We just need some time to figure it out. But I do think that I have a plan, and that is instead of using that thing to be connecting to go down in one bit, it can go down first and then up. I don't know, it is just a prototype idea. I have not really thought about it that much, it just kind of popped in my head. But we could also just use it as the troll, because this is actually a really good opportunity. So that is something that we could do as well, and that would be pretty amazing as well. So I think this opportunity wrote itself, so that is just fantastic. Now we just need to hide it a little bit, and then the people that are going to ride the Sub Booster X to Byte 3000 are going to go down in history as a Titanic or something like that, because they are going to fall in the water. So that is not really that great for them, but it is great for us, because we are going to see that people are going to do this, and then they are just going to fall out of nowhere, and then they are going to have a really surprised face, and we should actually buy some action cameras and then take pictures of their faces when the thing happens. That would be pretty funny. But we are now going to exit this tunnel right here, and then the roller coaster can just continue on the ground and not under it. But that is something that is actually pretty amazing, because not really that much roller coasters have multiple tunnel things and stuff, but the Sub Booster X to Byte 3000 does have that, and that is just amazing. And that might just be a factor that this roller coaster is that much of an amazing roller coaster, or it could be that this thing is just really good and that people are never found back when they ride this roller coaster, and that might just be because they are going to fall into the water for our amusement, and that is something that is also pretty cool though. But I don't really know why the Sub Booster X to Byte 3000 is that important to the world, but it is a world-class roller coaster though, so I kind of understand the people that are talking about this baby. But right now it is just on top of the trees and the little bushes, and once again you can just look outside of your little cart and see all kinds of stuff, and that is really amazing. But you have to be careful that no lions and tarantulas and those kind of stuff are going to fall on top of you or attack you, because then the Sub Booster X to Byte 3000 would not be the one that is going to kill you, but the animals are going to do that. But it is a troll roller coaster. So I mean, anything that happens on this ride is a bit of a troll. Well, it actually is a really great roller coaster, but the thing about this puppy is that it is a troll roller coaster, and that might just be the thing that not a lot of people like about the Sub Booster X to Byte 3000, but I am not sure. If they don't want to ride it, then that is fine. There are plenty of people that do want to ride it, so I think I am good. And I can find my customers just with a click of my fingers, or how do people say that? But it is pretty amazing that a lot of people are talking about my own roller coaster, so I really appreciate that. And the other thing that is really amazing about this roller coaster is that I can just switch from wood planks to stone in just a matter of seconds. So that is something that is also pretty cool. And right now I am making the fall area where they are going to fall in between, and that is also something that is pretty cool, because I don't think any other roller coaster has something like this where the carts just fall out of the sky. But the Sub Booster X to Byte 3000 has that, and I really should give it a shorter name, because I don't really like that it is so long. If you need to tell someone really quick what your favorite roller coaster is, then you need to say that, and it is almost like it is an entire sentence by itself. So that is the one thing that I don't really like about it, but I guess that is something that you can live with. And I don't think that people are going to be able to live through what is going to happen in this cube thing that I am making right now, because if you just wait 1 second, you know what this thing is going to be, and it is a thing that is just amazing, and that is just great, because you might have thought that this was just an ordinary fall bucket thing where the cart falls and then all of a sudden you are done with the ride, but this one was a bit different, wasn't it? Yeah, it was all kinds of lava in that thing, so that is something that is not really that nice if you don't like lava just like me. But I guess that it is a surprise, so you don't really know what is going to happen, and you can't really say, no, I don't want to fall in a huge bucket of lava, because then you would be cheating, or you have been on this ride before, which is really doubt it back, so I am not sure if you would survive this thing. But right now you might be wondering what I am doing, but right now I am just lighting the powered rails so they at least work, and that you are going to fly, and that it is going to be really nice, and that is really cool. But this bit does lack a lot of speed inside of the tunnel, but I guess that is okay. But we finished placing almost all of the redstone torches, and I don't think you guys would like to see all of that, so I just cut it out, and now you just see a bit of place I would also just get stuck in a minute because if the rails aren't that fun, so I am going to end the video right now. I hope you liked it, and as always I will see you in the next one.